How's it going, guys? We're here for the first round of off-season for WNBA, the ABCAB. Hopefully you guys saw the draft recap that was posted yesterday. I played, well, for this week we're playing Class of the Notre Dame Fighting Chestnuts. I played him about an hour ago. I wasn't able to get the team builder up because you'll probably notice towards the tail half of my team that I didn't spend a whole lot of time prepping. He needed to do some in real life stuff, so we kind of just spread along, which is totally fine. It was still a lot of fun prepping for the months that I did put fun stuff on. So we're gonna get into that a little bit later, but we're just gonna look over his team for a quick second. Two incredibly scary physical threats in Trachy and Darmanitan. Both of them are very potent fast ones. That's terrifying me. Porygon 2 is a monster of a wall. Savali could be anything, so that's something that we would have to look out for. Ferrothorn is very good, especially with the Flash Fire ability. Takes away one of its two weaknesses, so we have to work around that. Mudsdale doesn't die to anything, especially it gets like Milk Drink and a bunch of like the M move pools that I talked about in the draft recap, so that's nothing to be terrified about. Guzzlord gets Geomancy, which makes it a lot more of a threat than it is in regular play. Raikou has a very deep move pool and ability pool, so it gets things like Regenerator, Rapid Spin for hazards, and that would be his only form of hazard support. And then he finally gets Wailord, which is it's a bulky ass push passer. It also gets Water Bubble, which pairs well with Stab. So that's another thing we have to look out for. So I think we'll just hop right into the team. We'll try to make this quick. Yeah, hopefully you can see everything. So the first thing I was looking at from his first two picks is I need some sort of decent physical wall. So we chose Pyukumuku with the Underwater ability in case Terrakion wanted to set up. Terrakion can't two-shot unless it's like Z-move, which is why we also have counter. We have Parting Shot, just to take a hit and get out of there. Toxic in case there's any like bulkier setup. Things probably wouldn't be running like rest sets in this, just because it's kind of more of an offensive league, and so that wastes 2 turns of possible damage, and then recover just to make sure that we get up. And then if Porygon 2 comes and it wants to like try to Toxic me, I can win that Toxic War with the Lumberry. The EV spread is the standard unaware one from Smogon. Nothing was 2-hit KOing it on the physical side, and Porygon 2 couldn't 2-hit KO it on the special side, and both those are relatively well. So yeah, that's kind of, I just kind of copied and pasted it there, so there wasn't too much with that. Go on to the next one, which is Slazzle, which was a dedicated suicide lead, and so Sturdy to just to make sure I get at least one thing up. Red card in case something that like hard counters me comes in, gets a hit off. I go down my Sturdy, and then I get almost guaranteed either like Sticky Web Spikes or Spore off. Sticky Web would be really crucial for things like Darmanitan, Terrakion, even a Scarf Wailord, which I'll get into in a second. Spore to put something to sleep, I'm thinking the Raikou, just so I don't have to deal with Rapid Spin, I can get more like Spike layers up. I wasn't thinking, his team's not overly Stealth Rocket weak, but a lot of things are affected by spikes. He doesn't have immunities to that, unless it's like Savali flying. And then for the one attacking move, because if I have a special attacker, I don't want to be completely passive. So we got Secret Sword on there, just so I don't have to deal with Flash Fire Ferrothorn, because that seems like a safe switch in, because it resists poison and fire, and I obviously don't have corrosion, so I can't toxic it or anything. And then enough speed to outspeed Raikou, and then enough in special defense so I can take Volt Switches a little bit better, or Thunderbolts or things like that. Next one, which is hopefully going to be the sweeper, is Double Dance Thunderous, and then with Techno Blast and Thunderbolt. And so I have the Douse Drive, so I can hit both Terrakion and Mudsteel for super effective. I originally had the Chill Drive, but it didn't have a chance to OHKO Terrakion where this one does. And so hopefully if I can agility up, it can be close to game. The only issue standing in that way would be like an AV Mudsteel. Otherwise, if I have a layer of spikes up, a layer or two, and then an agility up, I basically sweep this team. And then it's just enough speed to outspeed base 100s. I actually don't recall if he has a base 100 speed anyways. So maybe we could change a little bit there. But yeah, that was going to be my main way of winning. Obviously it takes on things like Wailord. The thing that came into play is Scarf Wailord. I think Modest Scarf Wailord hits 229 speed, or 329 speed, which this set outspeeds, but Timid, which is obviously more likely, hits 360 I think, which this doesn't outspeed. Slazzle would be the only thing that outsped it, but I didn't have like Seed Flare or anything for Slazzle. And so that's something we have to play around, is I don't want to get obliterated by a Scarf Water Pump, or Water Spout, jeez. So that's one thing we have to look out for. Now we get into the more fun things, so we got our Chestnut, which is Z conversion, and then Contrary. And conversion, actually, the Omni Boost aren't affected by Contrary, so I don't lose all my stats. And so I can do that, and I can still go to for close combats. Also, conversion doesn't work. I was gonna see if this works. It ended up not being too big of a deal, or I didn't think it was gonna be too big of a deal. But I was hoping that it would just convert me to pure fighting type. That way, if anything had like a tech flying move, it wouldn't do as much damage to me. So hopefully improve my longevity. Ends up not working, but you know, oh well. Stone Edge was for, I don't know what Stone Edge was for. Stone Edge was for something. I didn't need grass coverage. Close combat did enough to like Wailord anyways. Especially at +1, where I wouldn't think he would be like toxic stalling me or wish stalling me. That's when it comes into play, and obviously I can heal back alongside it with Synthesis. And then it can't do anything back to me with things like just because I'd be a plus whatever special defense. So I'd be able to basically out heal it. But yeah, that's just kind of my thought process. I obviously wanted to get off a faster Z move, so things slower than me. Like if Porygon 2 had some weird tech, like that didn't kill me. And then max HP, just a better chance living things that are faster than me. And then I originally had this as minus speed, or minus attack, and I meant to put it in minus special attack, and then it'd just be minus defense, so whatever. It doesn't make too much difference if I'm +1 and then contrary boosting alongside it, I guess. Then we got a Jetstorm, which is misspelled, but we're going to ignore that. Resto Chesto is going to be pure utility. Haze in case things get out of control as far as boosting. He doesn't have like a Omni boosting mon, which is nice, but he still has other things like the Geomancy Guzzlord. Memento, again, for like the same thing as Parting Shot, but it's a little bit better. I'm not expecting this to be alive for too long. But if it does, I get longevity with Resto Chesto, I can get off Hazes if I need to. I need to get Shadow Sneaks if I need that priority and some things like starting to sweep me. But yeah, there's not too much of that. I just needed a special wall. Something to possibly prevent rapid spinning from Raikou. And take those special electric types. And then finally we have Landorus Therian. It's a pretty standard set except for I have Leaf Blade on there, for specifically Wailord, I guess. But it also helps with, like, it is resisted by not too much on his team. Whereas, like Earthquake, it doesn't kill, or Leaf Blade looks like it could have a better chance to sweep, especially if I wear things down later on. Otherwise I can do knockoff to knock off pesky items. Yeah, that's about it as far as the team. So I'm going to end this here, and then I'll see you guys in the battle. Take care.